personnes viennent me dire que la chimie entre Paul Caulfield et Suzuki nous rappelle un peu celle de Taves et Kane qui regardaient quand ils étaient petits. Juste curieux de t'entendre sur comment tu as vu ces deux gars-là grandir ensemble depuis ton arrivée?
Ben,
En tant que duo, je sais qu'il y a Slack avec eux, mais souvent ils parlent d'eux comme deux très bons chums.
ouais, ouais. Non, c'est sûr, sont très proches sur la glace, hors glace. Je pense que ça commence beaucoup. Ces relations commencent beaucoup plus hors glace, tu sais. C'est sûr, sont le fun d'avoir joué. Puis je pense ils ont eu la chimie assez rapidement, tu sais, surtout offensivement. Mais moi, ce qui m'impressionne le plus, c'est comment complets ces joueurs-là sont, en plus d'être dangereux offensivement. Tu sais, ils jouent la game. C'est fun à voir.
Patrick.
Peut-être pas le processus le moins stressant, mais encore une fois, un autre résultat, comment tu décris à quel point ton équipe s'est battue ce soir pour
Ouais.
aller chercher ce résultat?
Non, tu sais, deux premiers. J'ai aimé notre match. Je sais qu'à un certain moment, ils gagnaient sur le tableau, mais ils nous battaient pas. Tu sais, le gardien il a très bien joué de l'autre côté. D'autres, été excellent aussi. C'est une équipe qui se défend fort. Fait on savait que ce serait ce genre de match-là. Mais tu continues, tu sais. Tu continues, puis c'est ça qu'on fait. Puis on sait tu te gardes tout le temps proche des matchs. On est capable d'aller chercher. Ça aurait été le fun ça aurait été le fun d'avoir une avance plus de bonheur. T'sais, mais c'est pas une équipe qui va te donner bien des affaires. Fait qu'il faut pas que tu te tires dans le pied, faut que tu sois patient. Je trouve qu'on a fait ça. T'sais, on a joué une grosse troisième. J'ai aimé notre match.
Jérémy et Alexandre.
Martin, on a beaucoup parlé au camp d'entraînement de commencer la saison à temps cette année. C'était pas parfait ce soir, mais quand même, ça reste que c'est quelque chose
Ouais.
en 5 matchs.
Ouais.
À ce niveau-là, pour toi, quel est le niveau de satisfaction?
Non, c'est sûr, je suis satisfait, mais moi, c'est une grosse raison, c'est comment qu'on joue défensivement. Comment qu'on joue de ce bord-là de la glace. T'sais. Je trouve qu'on est beaucoup plus calculé avec nos décisions. Je pense qu'il faut continuer à s'améliorer dans la zone offensive. Puis j'en ai parlé le dernier match. C'est quelque chose qu'on a commencé un petit peu plus tard à attaquer, je dirais. Mais ça va venir. Oui, c'est un signe. C'est un signe de maturité. Oui, c'est un signe de maturité. C'est une belle évolution. Puis c'est là que tu te gardes tout le temps dans les matchs. Puis tu vas-tu scorer les buts? Je sais pas. T'sais, mais comme je viens d'expliquer, il faut continuer à s'améliorer dans la zone offensive.
Plusieurs reprises tout au long du match, on peut jouer avec des paires de défenseurs. Qu'est-ce qui explique cette décision de ce jeu-là?
Il faudrait parler à Roby. Non, mais des fois, c'est en sortant d'un avantage numérique, le désavantage. Des fois aussi qui est le face-off. Avoir deux gauchers dans notre zone, c'est un désavantage de prendre un face-off avec deux gauchers. Fait qu'on essaie de se garder l'avantage un petit peu si on le gagne. Tu vas avoir moins d'options si tu as tes deux gauchers, surtout à notre droite. Fait que, tu sais, on essaie d'être calculé là-dessus.
Marty Yakubovic had like 30 saves against Detroit, but in the other 4 games, either him or Montevideo had to make more than 22 saves in a single game. So I guess you're liking the amount of shots or lack thereof that you're allowing, and if so, what about your team defensively? It's making it hard for other teams right now.
No, I feel we're very organized when we come back in our zone. I think we're very focused in arriving to do the job. And so when the puck gets in our zone, we're organized if they get first touch, and we're organized if we get first touch. You know, because if you get first touch, you should be organized and you're in breakout mode. You have to beat that pressure. There's pressure coming. And I feel we're doing a really good job at breaking the puck out under pressure. That allows us to defend less. And it doesn't, when you're breaking pucks under pressure, you can't think about getting something off the rush. You're probably not going to get something off the rush, but you just got to make sure that you come out with some kind of possession, and now you get to bring your pressure, And so I feel we've been very calculated and patient and not just looking for a rush game, And there'll be rushes, but they rarely come from breaking pressure.
This might be a quick answer, but given your history as a player and just some of the great players you've been around, what enables someone whose baseline is so high to still elevate once the game is either on the line or right there? What is that thing that allows a great player to access an even higher level?
I don't think it's one thing, but I think the major thing is, confidence, knowing that and wanting to be the guy, who makes the difference. And we have a lot of those guys, but I feel like our young players that been that guy at every level they played, and now they get to the NHL, and they got to learn to be that guy, but also doing that without hurting the team, not cheating to be that guy, And there's always some risk that those guys are going to take, but it's got to be calculated. And I think they're doing a good job.
Arvin?
You mentioned earlier, sorry, that your priority in training camp was stuff we just talked about, not playing in the defensive zone. So, understanding that you're not perfectly satisfied with how you're playing in the offensive zone, when you set out the training camp after 5 games, seeing how your team has played, you do the mission accomplished kind of thing in terms of what you want to see from your club based on how you play in the
Yeah. No, I knew that's we're probably going to be behind in the O zone, but if I'd rather be behind in the O zone than behind the D zone, because if you're behind the D zone, I don't know if you can score 5-6 goals every night. So to me, I have no problem. I'm well aware. We talk about it, so I don't think we know we have to be better. There's no panic. We keep teaching and we keep learning as a group how to play versus a zone defense. They play a zone defense, but they're very aggressive in their zone. There's teams that play zone defense that are more passive. This is an aggressive team. It was hard to go D to D. It was hard to get shots through. They punch out. So you have to try to play underneath that. And I thought we got better as the game went on in doing that. And then you play men-on-men team. It's different. So I think we're going to keep focusing on that without cheating the rest.
Want to take 3 more? 2?
Marty, you're old enough, I think, to remember when we used to talk about four goals to Montreal. And a night like this, you sort of wonder if they finally found their way here. But for the youngest team in the NHL, a win like tonight, just how big is that moving forward?
Yeah, no, it's definitely good for their confidence, And if we didn't win that game, let's say I think we did enough to actually get a point in this game. I'd be disappointed if we didn't get a point in this game. I know we had to pull the goalie to get it, but I still feel we did enough before doing that. We just you can't control, if we're going to finish on our chances, But I feel like we put ourselves, the way we were playing, we're putting ourselves in a good spot. And it feels great, especially in the season, to get that, to keep that confidence up. The guys are believing how we want to play, and there's no quit. Guys knew what we were in the game. They knew we were doing good things. There was no quit. And to stay in the game, you might get a couple shifts in the third where, as much as we need a goal, we need a defensive shifts from you, because that's what the game is asking you. So I think the guys did that. We almost, before they scored the second one, we almost scored, they go back and they're able to get behind. And the guy makes a good shot. But, you know, overall, I just feel like we're put ourselves in good spots.
It does seem like something special is happening with this group. What makes this team special?
Well, I think it's the continuity of this group. I feel like they're growing together. You know, they're enjoying each other. You know, I don't think it's something special that's just happening now. You know, like if we were, you know, 3-2 or 2-3 and we're playing this kind of hockey, you know, nobody would be saying that there's something special happening. There's something special is happening because obviously we're 4-1, but there would still be something special happening because of the way we're playing. And I think it's not just now. I've seen these guys grow together and really like putting the team first versus their own individual success and realizing that if they do that collectively, you know, we're going to do better, but individually, everybody's going to benefit from it. So it's been fun to watch. Bonsoir.
C'est peut être facile pour un jeune défenseur d'entrer dans une situation, dans un match comme celui-là, où est-ce que c'était très serré, ça fait passer du match de suivre.
Oh, il a très bien joué. Oui, tu sais, moi j'ai été très satisfait. Il a joué exactement comment on pense qu'il peut jouer.
Guillaume, dernière question. Ce matin, tu nous parlais de processus de parcours en cabine complète. Juste avant le gardien, la présentation d'ordonnance, c'est un peu la checklist à faire. C'est ce genre de détail-là.
Oui, c'est comme rendu la norme. Tu sais, on n'est pas surpris de ces actions-là. Tu sais, il a très bien évolué, puis c'est un effet domino qui lui revient après. Tu sais.
Merci, Martin.
OK, merci beaucoup.
Les congés demain?